Let's take a few minutes and look at the syllabus so that you're aware of the policies and expectations for this course. At the top, of course, you see my contact information as well as the phone numbers for the department chair and the assistant department chair should you ever need them. I do have office hours, however, they tend to vary each week because I do have a lot of meetings with students and also other responsibilities. So I ask that you contact me either calling or emailing if you need to come onto campus just to see me so that we can schedule an appointment and be sure that I am available when you come by. However, if you're just on campus and you want to stop by and see if I'm available, you're always welcome to come by Building 17. My office is number 1747. I know you guys can read, so I'm not going to go over every detail in this syllabus, but I do encourage you to read all of your syllabi for all of your courses so that you're aware of the policies and the things that you're expected to know and to do for each course. All right, so I want to move down to the area for required text and software. You have a textbook for this course that you can purchase a hard copy or an e-text, and I really don't care which one you have. You can have an older version of the text if you wish. They are pretty much all the same thing. However, you will have to have a current version of the Mastering A&P Access Code that comes with the new textbook. Now, you can purchase that in the bookstore with the textbook. You can purchase it without the textbook, but the least expensive way to purchase that is by going directly to the publisher's website through the Mastering A&P link that I'll show you in a few minutes. Your homework will be located in Mastering A&P, and that is a required part of this course, so you will have to have that code. I also require that you have a computer with high-speed access. You are going to have to do a lot of work online. Of course, this is an online course. You expected that, right? But you need something that is going to be reliable and something that you will always have access to so that anytime you have a few free minutes to study, you're able to do so. If you don't have a computer at home, I strongly encourage you to think about how you're going to complete this course successfully. There are many computers available in numerous locations on each campus, but that can be sort of tricky sometimes because you do have to be on campus to get access, and of course they have to be available to you as well. So that computer being available, malfunctions, program incompatibility, internet outages, all of that stuff doesn't fly as excuses for missing work in an online course. So make sure that you are properly set up to complete this course. Canvas does support mobile devices such as your cell phone, tablets, iPads, and those types of devices. And you can access some of the components of the course on there. However, I would not attempt to access your exams or anything else that is to be graded using a mobile device because you only get one shot at those types of things, and the respondus is not going to work on your mobile device anyway. All right, so course progression. This course is divided into modules, and in each of those modules you'll have lecture content and you will have homework, and when you complete that you will have an exam. Every exam and homework assignment has a due date. Don't wait for the due date to do it, or you're going to be behind and there's no way you're going to learn what you need to know. You can progress through this course and finish prior to the due dates and the deadlines. However, you will not be able to complete any of the work after the deadline. So finishing ahead is fine. You just have to meet those deadlines. The information here for your e-learning course companion site, how to access that when you're going through e-learning, as well as if the e-learning server happens to be down or something happens, there is a website here that will take you directly to that. All right, so preparation. I want to encourage you to find time each week to carve out some study time in addition to watching the video lectures. If you were in a traditional course, you would be in seats in a classroom for at least 3 hours a week, not including the time that you'd spend at home studying for this content. Anatomy and physiology can be overwhelming at times, so I strongly encourage you find some time that you know you can get away from everything and all the distractions and put in an additional 3 to 4 hours of review time and prep and study time so that you are successful in this course. Test and homework. Let's go ahead and move into that area. Your homework assignments, as I mentioned, will be completed using Mastering A&P. You will have to have an access code for that. Again, you can go straight through the link in Canvas for Modified Mastering A&P or My Lab in Mastering. Anyway, I'll show it to you shortly. Excuse me. And that's going to be your least expensive way to get that. If you're waiting on financial aid or a paycheck before you can purchase, you do have a temporary 14-day access. However, once that expires, you will have to purchase the code so that you can access for the rest of the semester. Mastering homework is available for every chapter that we complete. To be successful in this course, I recommend that you do the homework for each chapter as we finish that chapter. That way that information is fresh on your mind and you're more likely to learn what you need to learn from that. In addition to that, in the Mastering A&P section, or in the Mastering A&P online content, you will also have access to the e-text if you purchase that, and numerous study tools that are in there for you. Your exams will be given through Canvas and require the Respondus Lockdown browser. There's a link in the course information area for you to go in and learn how to use that, as well as to download that browser to your computer. The Respondus Lockdown browser will lock your browser while you are testing, as well as record the information and the computer clicks that you do while you're testing. Those exams will also be timed so that you have to complete the exam in 60 minutes. The final exam will have an additional amount of time built into that. There are 4 unit or module exams, each worth 100 points, and 1 comprehensive final exam that will cover the entire semester content. Each of those exams are 100 points, and then your Mastering A&P is a total of 100 points for all of your homework. Your mastering can be done open book, open notes, I don't care. That's really there to engage you with the content and to help you to learn the material. Your final exam is due no later than May the 2nd, 2019 at 5 p.m. If you have problems with the Respondus Lockdown browser on your computer, or if you would just be more comfortable testing in one of the testing centers on campus, please let me know and I can get that set up for you. It will require a few days of advance notice so we can let the testing center know and make sure they're prepared for you to test. Many students find that they do better when they're in the testing center because they have less distraction and they don't have to worry about someone coming in and disrupting their test, and then that mean old Miss Nicholas getting them for having someone else in the room while they're testing. Anyway, we can talk more about that. If you need more information, don't hesitate to let me know. Even though this is an online course, attendance will be reported just as if you were in a classroom meeting. So beginning the first day of class and every 2 weeks after, we will be reporting attendance. In order to show that you have done something in this course, you will have to complete that syllabus quiz no later than January the 12th at midnight. I will use that as your verification of attendance. Failure to complete that quiz on time will result in you being reported as non-attending. After that, attendance still will be reported every 2 weeks, so you need to be sure that you are logging in and accessing the content on a regular basis. If something comes up and you have to go a few days without being able to get in, please contact me and let me know what's going on so that I don't report you for failure for non-attendance. You can withdraw from this course anytime before April the 2nd and receive a grade of W. After April the 2nd passes, then you will get the grade that you earned for the class, including a 0 for any missed assignments. Tests, quizzes, assignments, or any bonus credit that might be given to the class cannot be made up. Tests are not eligible for makeup. You want to make sure you heard that, okay? Your final exam can substitute for 1 missed test. However, don't rely on doing that and just not take a test. because I can also use that final exam to replace one lower test. For instance, if you have to miss test number 2 because you got called into work, first of all, you've got any time that you want to schedule it to take the test, so you should be able to get it. However, that's the danger of waiting until the deadline and trying to test. But if something does come up and you've got a legitimate excuse and you missed one exam, then when you take your final and say you score 80% on the final, then I'll put that 80% down for your final, and then I'll put 80% on the exam that you missed. However, keep in mind that final exam is a comprehensive exam and covers everything from the entire semester content. So students tend to find that that is sometimes difficult, so don't rely on that saving you from a missed exam. This is an online class. However, the code of conduct for the college in regards to cheating and plagiarism will be enforced. If at any time I feel that students are not maintaining academic honesty, I can report this to the student services. If you have a disability, you need to contact the ADA office, and then the ADA office will give you paperwork and send paperwork to me as well. It is then your responsibility to notify me so that you and I can discuss any accommodations that are recommended by the ADA office. No accommodations, extended time, or anything else can be given without information from the ADA office. All right, so information here about email. Please always contact me using your Pensacola State Pirate Mail account. I prefer that the communication via email stay within the course. So if you email me from Pirate Mail, it's going to stay in the course and have your information on it. Be sure that you include your name and your section number and any other relevant information when you do contact me. I do have a lot of anatomy and physiology courses, so you can't just say, hey, I'm in your class. I also expect you to use professional grammar and punctuation and not use text language when you communicate in academic correspondence. Also, please be aware, it doesn't matter if you are 17 years old or 70 years old. I cannot communicate with anyone other than the student themselves regarding anything in the course. So don't have your spouse or your mom or someone contact me. I cannot discuss it with them. All right, so you can read the rest of the policies and let me know if you have any questions. I want to just briefly talk to you about the schedule so that I know that you have seen it and you're aware. Now, this is a schedule of how I would be covering the content if you were in a traditional class. So week 1, I would cover the syllabus and the introductory chapter 1 and chapter 2, moving into chapter 2 and 3 again in the second week of classes. Now, you are in an online class, so you will access the content at your convenience as long as you get things completed by the deadline. However, this does show you what is going to be covered on each exam, and also here you see you have your exam due dates. So by Sunday, February the 3rd, you need to have completed all of your homework for Mastering A&P the day before that exam, and also you need to have covered the content several times so that you're familiar with it. Watch the videos more than once and take good notes each time that you watch them. Remember, if you were in class, we would be progressing through this every day that we meet. So don't try to go in and cover all of this content at once. You're not going to be successful doing that. So this just sort of gives you an idea of how you should be progressing through the content and also the important dates regarding your test dates and, of course, your homework due dates. In addition to that, you can also see on the calendar the college will be closed on Monday, January the 1st, and for spring break. What I strongly suggest is that you take these exam due dates that you have up here at the top, put these in your phone, put them on your calendar, set reminders so that you know when those dates are coming up and that you are prepared to take those exams. All right, I guess that's everything on the syllabus. I hope you all have a wonderfully successful semester, and please let me know if you have any questions.